Welcome back.
What up, niggas?
What up?
How y'all doing? We got a guest here today. What's your name again? My
Collin.
bad. Collin.
Collin Smith, right?
Collin
Yep.
Smith.
Hayden's brother.
Yeah, Hayden.
Yep.
Hayden Smith's brother, who we've had on here a few times.
Full brothers, right?
Yep. Full brothers.
Oh yeah, you guys look a lot alike.
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
a lot alike.
Similar kind of mannerisms and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Grew up same lifestyle.
yeah. Do you skateboard at all or anything?
I used to. I used to be
Yeah.
better than him actually.
Really?
And then he
Ooh.
just blew me out of the water.
How long ago were you better than him?
Not too long to count.
Too long.
13,
That's how I feel about
14
Jaden too.
probably is when we started skateboarding, and then about that, when about 2 years I was good, and then he started getting better, and I started scootering, and then he started scootering, and I started biking. He started biking, and then I started rollerblading. He didn't want
He
to do
stopped.
it.
I got you. I got you.
I've rollerbladed a couple times when I was a little kid. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, just because it's like wheels on your feet. It's like, what the fuck?
Until you get elbowed in the face with a biker.
Yeah. Ugh, fuck.
Yeah, I liked rollerblading. I felt like it was easier to like get into the harder tricks, you know, like right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's just super easy to control. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah. For the most part, as soon as you can like pump down a ramp or something,
Yeah.
which I guess was a little hard for me to learn at first, rollerblading. But then as soon as you figure that out, like doing gaps is not that big a step up. Like on a skateboard, doing gaps going 10, 15 miles an hour is actually pretty hard. But doing that on rollerblades is just like that's like one of the first tricks you're gonna learn how to do.
Yeah. I never pumped really hard on pumped down like a big like ramp on rollerblades. I was always too sketchy to slip back. You know?
Yeah.
Because you're just standing there, just straight up. Like it's not like a skateboard where you're like.
No, you can just spread your weight out a little bit on the rollerblades. You just kind of widen your stance a little bit and get low, and it honestly feels really stable.
Yeah.
It's just you got to get used to it.
When I did rollerblading, I did speed skating.
Oh,
really?
And so I did it with my uncle a lot, and my uncle speed skated a ton, and he also
So like speed rollerblading, how's that work?
It's
They just like crazy rollerblades.
It's like
you know,
like in the Olympics how they have the ice skating.
Yeah.
Same thing, but with rollerblades.
Are they like weird rollerblades? They're like
No, just regular ones.
and you just haul ass.
and just haul and then like my uncle also he did this skating one on ice. Ice skating. Ice speed skating, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just a race, basically.
Yeah,
like
it's just a race in this big ass loop, kind of.
Yeah, I've seen it on the Olympics before.
Yeah, and one of the people
They
from
fly.
America that got a gold, Apollo Ono, my uncle actually trained him.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
So,
crazy. That's gnarly.
That's what's up.
But that shit was crazy because like they had a bunch of crazy exercises you had to do like every week when you do it, just to get like your muscles like hella strong.
Yeah.
And then like whenever you would do the skating thing, it would go so fucking fast.
Yeah.
And then hit the corners and just.
That's very fun.
Dude, it's crazy how much those Olympic like motherfuckers, dude, like how much like just work they put in, dude, just to get that, just to get into the Olympics and like just start busting out, and they're like kids too, dude. It's fucking just crazy. So how much sacrifice they fucking.
It's hard to even like comprehend a lifestyle like that.
Yeah.
Fully devoted to mastering something.
Like like that, especially just like expert level, like Michael Phelps, dude. And that dude swims for like a fucking he swims like I don't know. That's what he's meant to do.
He's built himself
to
swim.
Yeah.
He's like fish, dude. He's like a fish. And it's crazy, dude. And he gets high as fuck. So that's cool.
True.
And he's one of the most decorated Olympic athletes ever.
He's like really young too, right?
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's gnarly. And, that's crazy. People think stoners are like lazy. And like right. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, that nigga does UFC. He fucking does like so many podcasts, and he does stand-up comedy. There's so many fucking people who smoke weed that like are not the typical just like lazy motherfucker, you know?
Right.
Does Joe Rogan smoke weed every day? Do you know?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he goes a couple days without smoking once in a while. Everybody does, but
when I listen to him, I always am like amazed at how well he can keep the train of thought going and just connecting the dots between all the different categories that he happens to know stuff about because he's had guests on podcasts that were like experts in that. He's got such a good perspective on that, and it blows my mind that he can like recall all of that. So it made me wonder. I was like, does he smoke weed as often as I do? Because my memory is not that good.
Well, and dude, he like I don't know, he's always talking about all these supplements and shit that like helps his memory and shit.
Yeah, true.
All kinds of shit like that, and
he's a pretty healthy guy.
Yeah, he's a pretty healthy fucking guy, and like I don't know. He's just that's another motherfucker. Just that sacrifice, you know. That he's just
he put in that
work,
time
you know?
Early in life.
Like, have you heard his new comedy special? Like, compared to like, because I usually just listen to his podcast and like, when I listen to his special, because like they rehearse that shit and like all kinds of shit. So like, it's so well like linked together all between like all the ideas, and it ties together so well, and it's like, oh my, it's just like wild, like the performances people put together. I don't know, the dedication, fucking wild.
So one thing I wanted to ask you were in the military, right?
Yeah, Marine Corps.
How long were you? Did you just go through like the training of it, or did you get shipped out somewhere? Or?
So what happened was I joined at like 17, had my dad sign for me, and then I was shipped off right as soon as I turned 18 to boot camp, and during boot camp I was injured during combat, training combat. I was kicked in the chest, like broke my rib, punctured my lung. Fucked me over, so yeah, it's not technically a medical discharge, but I wasn't, just because I haven't like went through complete boot camp. I was like 2 months in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty rough. They got me out, and just from there it was just like I tried to go back and they wouldn't let me because I have to have like a surgery. So as soon as I get that, hopefully I could be able to go back. But I know it's like 27 is the age limit.
So really?
Hopefully I earn enough money to get that surgery. But
how did that happen? Did you get injured?
So a dude kicked me, like my sparring partner. You know, I mean, you guys have seen combat boots, right? Like they're heavy, steel-toed. TP kicked me and it like hit my rib, like broke it, and I punctured my lung, and as I hit the ground, it like came out, and I was just basically suffocating for a second. I was down for like 2 weeks, and then they finally put me into what's called RSP or something like that. It's like recruit separation platoon, and so you stay in there until you leave, and then after you leave, you're out.
You're just out.
They're basically like, good luck, fend for yourself. Like,
is all your shit paid for at least? Like,
a lot of it was, but there are still some bills that I'm still trying to get them to.
Really?
Get me on, yeah.
That's fucking insane. You think the military would be on top of that shit?
Yeah, they said that I could talk to the VA about it, and I've talked to the VA, but they just basically said like, here's a process, go through it. It's a couple years, like, but. So I mean, I'm still trying to hold off on paying it because I'm just trying to like get them to do it because
just fuck that. But so you're still trying to go back?
Hopefully someday. I mean.
Oh yeah. Is there a specific reason that you would like to go back? Or?
I don't know. It's just a career opportunity that I can travel. I can.
Yeah.
You know, I got college. I got benefits, housing, insurance. You know.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I figure I'm gonna be working every day. You know, might as well do it in something that's awesome. Maybe gonna travel and fly jets or something. You know?
Yeah. It would definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting.
I mean, it's an experience I will never have anywhere else. Like thinking of boot camp, like I hated it, but I miss it so much.
Really?
It's probably just so real and so raw.
Yeah.
And just like
Just that you get in there and just you really don't expect it. I mean, you always watch videos and shit like, oh, that's not bad. I could do it, but you get into it and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You see freaking planes taking off right next to you. It just throws your morale down because you just want to get onto it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely crazy.
Oh yeah.
Is there any specific job you wanted to do?
I was
You wanted to go
0311, which was infantry. I just kind of, it was just like a quick thing. I just wanted to get in and get out of here and go do my own thing.
Mhm.
So I was gonna do that and then hopefully transfer later because I joined as a reserve. So the only way my dad would let me join is if I joined reserve because I was 17.
Oh,
So
I see.
I told him, I was like, all right, I'll join reserve and then as soon as I turn 18, I'll switch it to active duty.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So as I was in boot camp, I was 18 and I was getting switched to active duty as soon as I got out and got injured, put me out.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
I think that might be a little bit of a reason why they don't want to like help me out too fast because I was just reserve at that moment. But
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure they'll get to it. You know, there's lots of shit out there. But
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any like personal feelings about? Well, do you have any feelings about like what the military is like doing at all, like with all the war going on and shit, or anything like that? You know.
I mean, I think that. Oh, it's kind of a hard issue.
Yeah, it's
especially
definitely a
with
hard one.
nowadays. You know.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I mean.
It's definitely
Kind
hard.
of, sort of, yeah. It's kind of a little off to some stuff they're doing, but at the same point, you know, it's a place where you can go. You know, you can fend for your country, which I mean,
Yeah.
not always are you doing that, but in some sort of way, you kind of are. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, most of the guys do it probably because it is a guaranteed future. Like you have a really good future, retirement, like you know.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's a hard work, but like I said, that dedication, you know, it's just.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, my uncle, he was actually, well, I never met him. I was named after him, but he died a long time ago. Not from the military, but he was in the Marines, and yeah, he got a lot of good career opportunities and stuff like that, and
You move up fast.
yeah,
promotions
yeah,
come fast,
but he actually got caught smoking weed, and then they just like demoted him, and
yeah.
then he just I think he just bailed out, just bailed the fuck out, and then they like wanted to get him and like put him in jail and shit. And
Oh,
then,
really?
yeah, he drank a lot, and that's what he ended up passing away from. But
Oh.
yeah, but he was a smart motherfucker. At least what I've heard from him, and like he learned a lot of shit from the military, and fucking. It's just he fucked up and got caught smoking weed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like especially back then, weed was so much worse, you know. To the
Yeah.
It's probably like
average
just
person.
barely like deemed outlawed, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like the 70s or the 80s, so it was like
Oh really?
a long time ago. So.
That's when weed became illegal.
Well, no, that's when he was in the military. I think that's when he was.
I think it was
in
like the
Marines.
50s.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. early.
Yeah, it was like right after World War II or some shit like that. I'm not exactly sure, but like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
around that
I met
era.
a guy that I actually became good friends with in boot camp, and he snuck out because the only way you get out of boot camp is if you're injured, or if you basically say you're suicidal.
Uh-huh.
They just kick you out. So this guy, he didn't want to say that. He wasn't injured. So what he did to try to get out was he snuck out of the base in San Diego, MCRD. He snuck out of the base. I mean, that's an actual Marine base. You know, there's Marines guarding. You know,
Yeah.
snuck out, went out for the town, you know, and then came back that night and turned himself in. And he said that they basically promoted him, like team leader or platoon leader. Yeah. They like saw him. He's like, okay, you could sneak out of this base, all right?
Wow.
You're obviously doing something right. And then
or somebody was just slacking.
Right. Well, he did it a second time, and then that's finally when they're like, all right, he's gonna probably be like an AWOL type thing. So they did eventually kick him out.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, once was good. I mean, could have gotten hella good perks after.
So, like, in boot camp, do they have, like, is it, like, super typical with, like, the general and shit just yelling at you, or, like, some guy yelling at you?
Yeah, so you got your master drill sergeant.
Yeah.
He's basically, like, head honcho.
Really?
And then you got your drill sergeant. He's, like, he's in charge of, they usually have 2 to 3 dogs is what they're, like, those 2 dudes, the dogs, are the ones that run around and like yell at you and like get in your face. Drill sergeant stays at the front and calls all the orders, and the master drill sergeant, you know, he does his own thing. He kind of comes and goes. Sometimes he's with us. Like when we do company trainings, like, you know, push-ups and stuff, like we have all master drill sergeant, like it's a big event. And then yeah, but it's like the 2 that run around, I mean, they will literally get in your face. Like,
yeah.
I had a dude that literally put his whole mouth, like, whole ear was in his mouth while he was screaming.
Oh my god.
I was like, ah.
What a dick, dude. I would be so, like, I would have so much trouble just not being like, get the fuck away. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of those cocky kids in our platoon, and so, you know, we always got in trouble, and, you know, getting dirt kicked in your face, or, you know, you're doing push-ups and all of a sudden you just come getting pushed down, and like it really weighs on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it's a massive, like, ego check in a way, because, like, fuck, I guess this is just how it's gonna go right now.
Yeah,
like,
I just have to be their little bitch.
I just gotta do work.
For like a year straight, every Thursday I was going to PTs, like with my recruiter and a bunch of other kids that was in my, like, we call them the pools. And like every Thursday we would go, they'd always tell us we had like these mini base or boot camps. They're like 3 days long, and you're just like go down to Camp Williams or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then like they were teaching us and stuff, but like seriously, as soon as you get there, like, I mean, it was like 1 in the morning we got picked up. As soon as we get into the bus, like, they make us put our heads down in between our legs. And then they just keep driving around in circles and shit. Like, the airport is literally right next door to the NCR. Like, we see planes take off. But we were driving around for a minute, just driving in circles, heads down. We finally get to boot camp. And it's just like, stayed up for like...
So you couldn't know where, like, it was?
Yeah, I mean,
really?
we knew where it was, because like I said, like, it was like right next door. Like, yeah. They could have just like,
yeah.
But we were driving around for a minute, and then we got there, and it was like 2 days, well, a night without sleeping that night, and then the next night basically falling asleep like hella late, and then waking up hella early.
Yeah.
And then you stay in, like, a lot of dudes are around you, you know, in this huge building for a week, and then you finally get transferred to your companies, and that's when you get into your platoons and shit. You get your rifles and all that jazz, and pretty fun. Start paying for all your uniforms.
So did you ever, like, shoot any guns or anything?
Yeah, you have to buy everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They give you, like, a card, and can't lose that card, but they basically deposit your money onto it and then make you go buy stuff at their store. So we were right across the street from the store, so we would always be going, and they'd make us buy shit, like, even if we had 2 bars of soap, just to, like, you know, piss us off.
Yeah.
Or if we did something bad, like, go buy a bar of soap, I need a bar of soap, like, shit like that. Like the uniforms you had to pay for, and a bunch of other stuff. I can't remember if the rifle was paid for or not. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
If you paid for it, did you get to keep everything you paid for?
I didn't keep nothing.
How did you get like the money?
Seriously, dude.
From?
Oh, they opened up a bank account. It was like the Pacific Union out in San Diego. So when I was flown back, I had to like call up this bank, and they had to like transfer me a number. I had to go to a bank and then transfer that, and like it was processed.
How did you get the money? Was it money that you earned from being at boot camp?
So while you're in boot camp, you're getting paid. It's like the 5th and 20th or something like that. This was like 4 or 5 years ago that I was in here. So yeah, they, I forgot what I was saying.
How much did you get paid
for
being there every day?
It was like $1,300 a month, or every 2
weeks?
5th and 20th.
Oh, that's pretty
And so, yeah.
that's pretty solid.
And it's 36 weeks. Or not 36 weeks. It's fucking like 9 months. 13 weeks. And, so you get paid for that whole time. And I was in there for like about 2 months. And I only got $300.
Really?
That was all that was in that bank.
After it's all said and done,
After
and you
it's
didn't
all
even
said
get to
and
keep
done,
the
just
shit
for
you
that-
paid for?
That 2 months of hell, I get $300.
Wow.
And then some medical bills.
And some medical bills.
Hell
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love our military.
Yeah. Yeah, are you glad you did it? I'm sure
yeah.
you're definitely glad you did it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's an experience I will never have anywhere else. And
Yeah. What made you initially want to do it? Really?
So I was going to East Hollywood High School. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a film school.
Oh, really?
So I was trying to go
I
into
think
film.
there's some skate spots there.
There's some pretty good spots there, actually. And my friend, he was basically my best friend, him and my cousin. And then he joined the Marine Corps and took it. Another one of my friends, he married her, took her out to San Diego, got married, had a great life, came back, and was saying like, oh hey, like look how great this is, you know? I was like, that looks pretty great. So I joined up, and then that also got him promoted. And then I was about to do the buddy system with my cousin too, but then he ended up not going. So when I went in, then shit happened.
Oh, so you get promoted if you like have a person come in with you?
Yeah, and I had like people would just come in, and like if you're really good friends with like your recruiter, they'll be like, hey, I'm gonna put this guy under you. So when you already get through boot camp, you're already promoted. So like if you get one guy to join, I think you get promoted, or no, two guys to join, you get promoted too. So you're private first class.
Oh, I see.
But it's either lance corporal. There's like 13 or 14 E's, you know, E1, 2, 3, you know, and
that's interesting. So, it's kind of like a pyramid scheme almost.
Yeah, kind of seriously, you know. And so they're like my recruiters be like, hey, I'm gonna put these guys under you. I'm like, cool. And so when I went in, I was already at E2, which was the private first class, and so. I mean, you get a pay raise every time.
Yeah.
And so I was already going into boot camp at PFC, so I was getting more money than most people at that boot camp, you know.
Did you get to do weapons training?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, rifles and marching and.
What was your favorite gun to shoot?
We only have the one, the M4A service rifle.
Really? I've shot like only like a few guns in my life ever, and that was only like, I don't know, it felt super awkward because I'm so like foreign to guns, but
yeah,
they're pretty fun. I can see why people like them so much.
Yeah, dude, the M4A1 service rifle is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty gnarly.
Huge assault rifle.
Do you have like attachments that you like ever put on it or anything like silencers?
Like there were
scopes?
some that like had like places to put that shit, and then there were others that didn't. And so I was fortunate to get stuck with one, and I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that you got to keep that rifle when you left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Because basically, a Marine isn't nothing without its rifle, you know. So as soon as you get into the Marine Corps, they want you to have your rifle. That is your baby. It's your wife. That's your, like, you know, like, we have to do a chant every morning about my service rifle.
That's funny.
But
what's the chant?
Dude, I've been a lot of days in the clouds. So,
but they just basically you just do like a little prayer to your gun basically.
Yeah.
Just to make sure like doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
That's
have
cool.
to do your
That's
general
cool.
orders, like you have a platoon, you know, like chant too. You have there's a lot of stuff you have to remember actually.
Yeah.
Like my book was probably like that thick of shit
2
that I
inches
basically
thick or
have
so.
to like. That's Marine knowledge. You need to know that shit. Like how to clean a rifle, like all that shit. Like the first month of it is all just classes. Like you're just sitting in class after class after class, staying up day and night. You're gonna get so tiring. I just constantly falling asleep.
Was it like interesting stuff that you learned in the class, or was it just
dude, like we learned
rules?
about a lot of war heroes and
Try to get you amped up.
yeah, like John McCain. We learned about him. Oh,
Yeah, who's John McCain? Did he run for president?
Yeah, he ran for president. Yeah. I didn't even know that too. It was after he ran actually, and then as we were in there, I was like, John McCain, holy crap, he's done all this shit. Like,
Is he the one who had a Purple Heart?
yeah.
Oh.
How do you exactly get a Purple Heart?
You have to like get injured by like helping somebody, like helping a friend or something. It's like the like jumping on a grenade to save a buddy, like type of act.
Basically being like the best soldier. Like,
I'm pretty sure you have to get injured. I think.
Yeah.
It's when you get
Yeah.
injured. And it's like I don't know. Definitely one of the more prestigious ones. I think it's like not given out to very many people.
Yeah.
As far as I understand.
Yeah, probably just putting in mad sacrifice. Just I don't know.
Only reason I know that is because South Park made fun of him. And he was like showing off his Purple Hearts like every single chance he got.
That'd be so funny.
I was just watching the one about Britney Spears before I came over here.
Oh, I've probably seen it. Is it? How old is it?
I honestly don't know what season I'm on. I just keep watching them.
Oh.
But it's like her, like basically her, like complete hat, like top of the head is off.
Oh, it's blown off.
Yeah, she just like tried to commit suicide or something like that.
I never really got too into South Park. It's like I could see how people think it's so funny, because it's pretty wild, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just not my thing.
I've actually never seen an episode of South Park.
Same here.
Yeah.
I feel like I got hooked when I was younger.
Yeah, alright.
It was like because it was so like the humor was so like raunchy and like unexpected for me at the time. Like, I never, especially on TV, like it's pretty. And they just bleep out the swearing, which that just makes it funnier anyway. I feel like when I watch it, when they don't bleep it out, it doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah,
the bleep out is like
true.
the funniest part sometimes.
Does Hulu have it bleeped out? I don't think so.
I don't think it does. No.
That's what I watched on Hulu.
Yeah, but then you get used to him swearing, and then I feel like it's like better that way.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was getting hella stabbed by a cactus, dude.
Ouch.
I was just leaned on it.
Ow.
Motherfucker got me.
Have you seen the new episode of Rick and Morty?
No, is there a new one?
Yeah,
It already
the new
came
season.
out?
The new season came out. The first episode's
Is it
out.
on Hulu?
I don't think it is. Christian tagged me in a link for the first episode on Facebook. I'll tag you both in it. Dude, it's good.
Do it.
It's so good.
Fuck yeah.
It's surprisingly good, dude.
I've seen a couple episodes of that shit and it's trippy, but I'm never like dedicated some time to it.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. I don't understand, dude. It's like it's comedy made specifically for me. I feel like,
Dude, it is funny.
People with weird ass thoughts.
yeah. It's like if somebody took comedy and then like put it through a fractal machine and then like turn it into like an animated show. You know, like that's the way it progresses. I feel like, especially this latest episode, it's just like left turn, right turn, then U turn, and just like turn it every 5 minutes. You're taking a different turn. It's a crazy episode. That's like the only show I feel like I have bought paraphernalia for. I've never liked a show enough to buy paraphernalia for it. Yeah.
Just so I can watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Like South Park, I like quite a bit, but I've never bought any South Park related things. But I've bought a couple Rick and Morty related things.
I don't know if I've bought anything for a show. I don't know if I've like. Well, I don't know. I'd really have to think about it, but I don't think I have.
I think Rick and Morty would be a good choice to buy stuff for.
Yeah.
A girl came over the other night. She had a Rick and Morty tattoo on her knuckles.
Oh,
she had Tiny Rick across her knuckles.
Tiny Rick. Sounds so
I thought it was kind of cheesy, but apparently there was like a backstory to it or something. Like the show, like she watched it in DT or something, and it helped her get through some stuff, which I could see that. There's always like some weird lesson in it. It's like kind of fucked up in some way. I don't know.
I hope she just got to watch it like one episode and then one episode.
Yeah, because it has to make sense in order.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you just watch it really quick over and over, like it goes fast. There's only 2 seasons on.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
So
pretty short episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to make like a trippy ass cartoon like that.
Right.
Yeah.
All the crazy artwork.
Or a video game.
A video game, dude.
Dude, when I was in like elementary and middle school, I had like so much shit written out and drawn out about like a whole video game system and like all these video games. But eventually just gave up on it.
Yeah. I would love to make a game, but it would probably have to be really complex, you know. And to make a really complex game, you'd need like a team of like 20, 30, 40, 50 people, you know. Really they're all really good at what they do.
It'd be cool if there was a game that was just like infinite, like somehow.
I've thought of things like that.
There is
simple
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Yeah.
It is.
That game's interesting. I actually have that on.
What is it? What do you do?
It's pretty dope.
So there's what's called procedurally generated planets, which is just using equations to generate planets. So as you approach them, so there's like something like 80 quintillion planets in the galaxy, and you can go to all of them and land on all of them from your spaceship. And they're all like full-size planets.
So it has all the planets in this galaxy?
No. It's a completely generated galaxy. It's a randomly generated galaxy.
Like there's things in there that the creators don't really even know about. Like it just all.
So it's just keeping going.
Well, no one is ever going to explore the entire game.
Yeah,
it'll never be explored.
They said it would take like 5 billion years.
How does that work?
It's because it's all from equations. The planets aren't really there until someone goes there, and then the equation just generates it. It's just like a string of numbers basically, and then they get there, and then those string of numbers goes through some sort of like process, and then that basically generates the entire planet.
It's kind of like we're not here until consciousness is here.
But dude, like,
so it's like we're just that game basically.
It takes like 4 hours just to drive, or not drive, but fly. I mean, if you're just like going at it, it takes like 4 hours planet to planet, and then there's like different solar systems you can go to, and there'll be like 6 in each one,
six full planets.
Yeah.
So what's the point of the game? What do you do?
They're really well.
You just explore.
There is a general direction you're supposed to be heading, kind of like it's telling you like kind of a vague story.
Yeah.
And you're like kind of progressing, and there's money and there's resources, and you have to like get fuel, and there's all sorts of like little tasks you're doing. But your kind of goal is to basically just continue from planet to planet.
Mike, like I was telling you the other day, like
that'd be weird in virtual reality or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like even like okay, so the other day I was talking to you, I think, and I was like, like you can know all these things in your life, and then like you'll find something new, like a new hobby or something that a friend's doing or something that you like never heard of ever before, and you like look into it a little bit, and there can be like a whole culture behind it, you know, that you just never even had any idea about. That, you know, if you would have never met that person or anything, you could have like died without even knowing that culture was ever even there.
Definitely.
And you know, if you died not knowing it was there, who said that like your reality that was never there, you know?
Yeah, kind of like the procedurally generated planets.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's not, they don't even exist until they come into your reality. You know?
Yeah, that's so weird, dude. That's weird. I didn't know about that. It's just, it's an infinite game.
And think about it, you can't, nobody's ever gonna do everything in the world. Everything's, you know, everything's new and 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 new.
And every single thing is technically a little bit different than any other thing that's ever been done. You know, like even every single breath I'm taking is different than every other breath that's ever been taken by anyone.
And all the living things and like all and stuff like all have like patterns of like sacred or of golden ratio, you know, and it's just like an infinite spiral. So it's like. And if that's in nature, you know, then this is just an infinite game that's just infinitely going.
Dude, I was thinking, like, I don't know, like, let's say my ancestors or whatever came to this country and had a rough life, and then it got a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, you know, and then, like, it's all the way down to my grandma. They made some mistakes with my mom, you know. Then my mom fixed those mistakes that she had in her childhood when they were raising me, and then if I ever had a kid, I would fix the mistakes they made raising. Like, it just goes on and on, you know. Yeah. So it's just like a constant spiral, you know, just like I was saying, like, it's weird.
Constantly
take 5 billion years
evolution
to complete, you know.
Evolution.
It's like that game.
Yeah.
It's wild. Just those fucking mistakes. I don't know. It's so hard. But it's so hard not to make an effect on a child. You know.
Yeah. Every single thing you do is leaving some sort of imprint on it.
Like every parent fucks up somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people freak out about those fuck ups. You know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have kind of, I want to say, like an ego attached to how their child is turning out to be. And if they're turning out to be a little shit, then I feel like some people reflect that badly on themselves, you know, and then they take their fuck ups like they take it more seriously than they should necessarily, rather than viewing it as the kid just basically, you know, learning by fucking up. You know, I feel like, you know, this is just kind of me going on, but I feel like some people have kind of like an ideal image of what they think their kid is going to turn out to be, you know, and then the more of that you build up, like, and then the more it differs from that, that's when there starts to be problems in like the relationship between your kid and you. And it's weird because I feel like I've noticed there's sometimes like an ego actually built up against their kid, you know, which is such a weird thing because like that's your investment, you know. And some people actually, like, I don't know, it's hard to say because I've never been a parent or anything, so who knows what it's like, especially after like a long time, because I feel like after, you know, the time of it would start to like beat you down, because I'm sure it's difficult emotionally and even just the whole process of it, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I want to try being a parent at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun. Yeah.
You just gotta have that money, dude. That's like
I don't think I want to do it, like, at least at this moment, like, well, at least, like, I don't think I want to do it ever, but, like, at this moment, I don't think I want to do it ever. Maybe at another moment, I'll be like, alright, maybe I want to do it, but... Yeah, I can't see myself with a kid, like, I feel like
Not for a long time.
Yeah, not for a long time at least, because like I would really want to perfect myself to have a kid.
Yeah, that's
and like and it's
Yeah.
and it would be so like it would be so hard to be like, all right, myself is perfected enough
Yeah.
to have a
I'm
kid.
ready.
Like, but all right, I'm fucking the perfect being now to have a child. Like, so like I feel like I'll never be perfect. You know, I'm just constantly trying to improve. You know, but yeah. Be interesting though. It'd be interesting to like what. It's always like it's cool because I have a nephew, you know, and my fucking nephew, like watching him grow up, it's so weird because it's just like a clean slate, you know. It's just like it's so.
Yeah, I just found out I'm gonna be an uncle.
Really? Oh yeah, dude. So that's what's dope. You don't even need kids if you got uncle, like a fucking nephew.
Yeah.
You just see it.
Yeah. And you don't have to like deal with them when they're like little pieces of shit, you know, sometimes.
I mean, he's definitely gonna be a protected kid.
Yeah.
Whose kid is it?
It's my sister's. Tegan. I don't know if you.
I haven't met your sister.
Probably not.
I didn't know Hayden had so many siblings.
Yeah, it's my older brother. I'm pretty sure you met him.
Yeah, he was over here today, I think.
Yeah, was he?
I think so.
I bet. And then there's my older sister Brienne, and then there's me, and then Hayden, and my younger sister Tegan, and then I have another brother, but he was unfortunately adopted out. So.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Do you know him at all?
I don't. I've seen pictures of him. He's looking like a pretty healthy kid. It's pretty good family, and it's crazy though. It's like, cause that was back when we started skateboarding, like me and Hayden. So that was a while ago. So he's like 7 or something like that.
Oh.
So.
It's crazy lifestyle.
What is?
Like, just I don't know. Hayden's kind of told me a little bit about your guys' backstory.
Oh yeah.
I honestly can't remember it, and it like. I honestly don't understand too much about it, but I just know like a lot of crazy shit's happening.
Definitely.
A lot different than mine, honestly.
Yeah.
I know he's I'm sure you guys. You guys definitely both got interesting perspective. I'm sure.
Yeah.
On a lot of shit.
I mean, there's definitely like mistakes that like I've seen, you know, and just like you were saying that, like I'm gonna change that.
Yeah.
Like, definitely for sure. And then there's there's still mistakes for me to make too, but you know, there's still a good perspective on like a really like, I don't know how to really explain it. Like people will say, "Oh no, I'm never gonna do drugs or nothing like that," you know. But like I've seen how easy it is, and like, you know, how crazy and stuff that stuff gets, and like how personal it can really impact your life, and so like. So even though, like I say, you know, I'm never gonna do drugs and stuff, but it's still that like scary thought, you know. So like, I want to just change that for my kids too, you know.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah, I always wonder like, cause like I started smoking weed when I was like 13, and if I had a kid and like if I like got him smoking weed when I was like 13, like if I imagine it now, like that's like a little kid, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would I do? You know, it's like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would feel so hypocritical.
Yeah.
But then I would just be like,
I like a responsibility to kind of like teach them
like,
a lesson.
I'd be like, you know what, like, I'm glad you're not doing fucking heroin or like something bad, you know. I'd be like, this is definitely the safest drug you can do.
Yeah.
And like all the like,
just hold off.
Hold
off
be like,
a couple more years.
I just feel like wait till your brain's a little bit more developed, maybe.
Yeah.
Just like just chill.
I've always wondered what if like maybe small or like correct amount of like THC dosages even at younger ages, I wonder if that could possibly be beneficial, you know.
I mean, I'm sure it is in like, you know, like extract oil type stuff.
Yeah, like done in the right way in some way. If you can use
it
weed.
depends on the case, you know. If a kid needs it, you know, for some fucking sickness or something, you know. there's so much it can help with, you know. If a kid's even having like trouble eating, you know, or sleeping, I say give them fucking.
I mean,
just a little bit.
It's healthy.
Just a little.
Like it's healthy, but there's unhealthy ways of doing it.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think it's like those kids with so-called ADHD or whatever. Even though I don't even really believe in ADHD, really, I just think kids just like to be doing fucking shit that they like to do, you know? But,
yeah, and not be sitting there doing shit they don't want to do.
But I think instead of Adderall, they should be giving kids like little teeny microdoses of acid. Honestly, I think it would be way healthier. Little teeny like because. And
you would take them off it after a while. I feel like they wouldn't really need it after a while.
And they would be some smart motherfuckers.
Because their perspective would change on it, and then you wouldn't need the LSD anymore because you would now see it in the new perspective.
But I don't know. It would be. I feel like it would be healthier than Adderall at least. I think kids should just be them fucking selves, you know. If they got fucking what ADHD is just like I had whatever ADHD was, but I just like doing the shit I like to do. I just got amped about shit, you know. I just like I didn't want to pay attention in school to shit I didn't want to fucking learn about, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like every kid's like that. I feel like if school was like, you know, what if they came up to you and asked you, what do you want, like, what sounds interesting? We got all these things, you know, what sounds dope? Do you like, what do you like? Like,
and I understand, like, you have to learn reading and writing and all that basic stuff, but I feel like you could definitely avoid a lot more of the, you know, some of the more complex English and math and stuff for kids that, like, just aren't interested in that type of thing. But definitely you gotta know like basic equations and you know pretty decent math. And then kids who want to can just, you know, learn the more complex math. Because I'm glad I took pretty complex math. But it was definitely hard, and I failed it the first time, math 1050.
Really?
Yeah. But it's interesting when you get those little blips of like where it makes sense in the real world. That's when I find it interesting. Like, you kind of like they teach you how to do these weird things, and then you see, like maybe in a story problem or maybe the way the teacher explains it or something, you see like how it applies to the real world, and it's like it's really interesting.
I know. I was always sitting in class, and I was always saying, when am I ever gonna be using this in the real world? Like you're gonna use it every day. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. But like
real world hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always sucked at math. Like, it's just not my thing. Because especially because I just see, like, numbers as just, like, numbers, you know? Like, I feel like some people see numbers as, like a deeper thing than I do, you know? Because, like, even though the numbers just represent that deeper thing to me, but, like, fucking... I don't know. I feel like if I was explained that numbers like represent reality in a way as a kid, then I would have been fascinated, you know.
Oh yeah.
But like I was just seeing them as scribbles on paper, you know. Like it was just a whole different. It didn't fascinate me. I liked science because it was representing reality to me. It
applied, directly.
So math was just like, what, like, this is just like a bunch of shit, you know?
Yeah.
I liked history too because it's like, well, this is like where we've kind of been, like, and it's kind of interesting, especially because it really all depended on the teacher for me, because I had a really cool history teacher when I was in like middle school, and she was just fucking cactus. She was just super passionate and was like, get so into the stories when she was telling it, and I was just like, just when somebody gets passionate like that, it's like, oh my god, like this is dope, you know.
Yeah. Feed off their energy.
And I did super good in science and history and math and everything else. I was like, fuck all that shit. All that shit.
I like science, but math is definitely my favorite.
Wow.
Math was my favorite, and yeah, those two are my favorite. I liked English too. I don't know. Because it's so crazy how much languages advance in like 300 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's still going. It's never stopping. Like,
and how many different languages there are, and like how all together they can still communicate. Like they still have like the same back meaning, you know, like
as long as they're in the same branch in the language tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish. Well, I want to see how like language is gonna evolve in like 100 years. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Where to be.
It's gonna be
just like a different language. Yeah. Or we're just like. Just not even like talking, just like telekinesis. Just
Stephen Hawking voice.
Yeah.
Hella quicker though. Just like everybody can type like 200 words a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably won't even be in this reality at that point. We'll probably be in some sort of different matrix than this one.
Yeah.
I definitely will be. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Maybe. 100 years from now. 124. We'll see where the medical technology goes.
If they start coming out with some like robotic crazy shit, and if we just like combine with robots instead of like make robots like separate from us, if we just like merge with them and like become like some Terminator type motherfuckers.
I mean, the species is gonna go out eventually, right? Why not?
So, yeah.
At least try to.
Yeah. Like we might as well try to do some crazy shit while we can. There's a lot of people trying to do it though. Like there's a bunch of like transhumanist people is what they call it. They're like putting chips in themselves, and like there's people who can like. I'm pretty sure there's a guy who can like start his car just by thinking. Yeah, just thinking of it with his chip he has in himself.
That's crazy.
It's like what the fuck?
Right.
You're just a machine, nigga. Well, we are machines though. So, like, and that kind of explains it, you know, because we can hook up a fucking chip. Like, we're robots, basically.
I mean, have you guys seen how they have that? They're, like, learning about that technology. Like, it's really close coming out, but they attach a chip to the back of your neck and then to the bottom half of your back. And it's, like, for people who are paralyzed, and it basically bypasses that nerve.
What?
Yeah, and so...
Like wireless communication?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
It's like
awesome.
of the spine. That's insane. Dude.
I was watching a video on it, I was like, damn, I don't know if, like... I really hope this is true because, I mean, it looks fucking legit and shit. I mean...
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like a good idea.
It does.
If you could just get some way to, like, read the signal that's coming in through the spine.
Yeah.
And then have that projected and then translated to the other end and just made the exact same.
Basically, I mean, people know how to read energy and shit, you know? There's machines out there, so if you just hook it to it, have it, like, read some sort of, like...
It's basically like a speaker, like how a speaker would work.
Yeah.
You use a microphone to record it, and then you use, like, a playback device. You
Yeah.
know, and it makes, like, the exact same sound.
Yeah.
But it's just with, like, a signal, an electrical signal, I guess.
Some frequency.
Yeah.
It's probably some frequency.
Well, so is that your nerves? Is that what goes down it?
I know there is a lot of nerves, but
Your spinal cord is basically like all nerves. And then there's
and
like
that's what all your movement like communicates
because
through.
my mom, she popped her back in some weird way, and like one of the spinal cords went into like it went and it broke into where the nerve flows were.
Oh shit!
And the nerve flows like go so fast and hot that like it like melted the bone.
Really?
Oh,
like when my mom got a X-ray of it, she said it looked like a melted crayon.
Dang.
Wow.
And so like as soon as it like went in there, zzz,
Cause that's just electricity.
Damn.
Yeah.
Robots.
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
bad for her, but damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Must be some high voltage shit.
Yeah.
Through it's like the main wires.
When we're just gonna get an outlet right there so we can charge our phone from that bitch, you know?
I wonder how much energy that would actually take from, because I know we do generate electricity and we use it.
When you walk
I wonder if you plugged in a phone to charge it, because I guarantee you could set up a thing where you have something that converts that electricity into usable energy. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if someone's done it.
well, I think before they do that, before they even think about that, they're already gonna have like the glasses, you know,
What glasses?
like the Google glasses or like the augmented reality.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Like the glasses that are pretty much your phone that are, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that. Or like Futurama where they have the contacts that you put them in and it's like your phone and everything.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be
That
weird.
would weird me out, dude. I can't put shit in my hands. Fuck that.
I have to do it every day.
And then it could just adjust your prescription every day to like the correct prescription.
Focus in on shit.
Yeah, you just like tune it every morning. You're like,
Freaking
It'd be cool if you could just get some robotic eyes.
Yeah, or just fucking
yeah, you could like
cut 'em
zoom
out
in and
fucking-
shit.
Super HD.
Yeah.
You
X-ray vision.
You start seeing fucking ghosts and shit.
Different frequencies.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
I wonder what kind of visuals you would get if you took LSD and you had
Robotic eyes. Ghost eyes. God. I don't even know, dude. I already kind of have robot eyes. In some sort of sense.
Yeah.
Your mama has robot eyes.
In some kind of sense.
I'm so fucking big, dude.
Yeah, me too. Like, what are we even talking about?
Stony
Fucking
baloney.
robot eyes.
Stony baloney fucking podcast, dude. Dope, though. Probably the most baked I've been on a podcast,
Really?
allegedly, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm allegedly sober as
Let's
fuck.
smoke another
Yeah.
bowl.
Alright, let's get it.
Ugh. Should we call it quits after this bowl?
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Pretty tired today.
Yeah.
Don't drink caffeine, kids.
I'm hungry
Don't
too.
even start. Not even one
So
sip.
when I
Not
was
one sip.
when I was like 18 or 19, when I was working at Jamba Juice and I was a manager, me and my homie actually worked there, and he was an employee. So I scheduled, so I got to like open with him because I scheduled. No, fucking my homie George.
Wow.
And fucking one time he picked me up because I didn't have a car, so he would pick me up in the mornings and we'd go there. And one time he picked me up, and then on the way to this store, I usually drank one energy drink in the morning, but that morning I grabbed two because I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired. So I drank like one and I like chugged it before we even got there. And then when we got there, I was like sipping on it while we were like opening. And then like as we opened, like I finished the second one like 10-20 minutes before that. And then we opened and I was just like, I started like feeling my heart just beating so fast, and I was like, oh my fucking god, and my hands were like shaking all crazy. And all this, and I just felt like this crazy feeling. And so like I told him to like kind of open, you know, because it's slow in the morning, so he did. And then I went back in the back and I like Google searched like all the symptoms that I had, you know, and there and on the internet it was like caffeine overdose, and so made me make sure I was only drinking one every day. But
Especially on like an empty stomach or
yeah,
something.
exactly,
It's,
and that's what I thought too. I was
amplified.
like, motherfucker. Maybe if I would have ate breakfast that morning, I wouldn't have fired. I would have been able, but still, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I never drink caffeine because when I was a kid, well, when I was a baby, I had I don't know what, I was allergic to like the shots they gave me when I was a kid, all the immunizations or some shit, and I started having mad seizures, and they just started giving me more immunizations.
Damn.
So that fucked me up to the point where I had a seizure disorder when I was until I was about 8. And so I guess there's 3 valves in your heart or whatever, and only 2 of mine work properly. So if I do like uppers or like anything that makes my heart beat really fast, it's kind of sketchy because like it's just like not processing as much as like it should be, you know.
Oh, I see.
So I never really drink caffeine. It makes me too cracked out and like crazy feeling, and it just makes me sick.
Kevin's crazy over.
Yeah. Like crazy. Yeah, dude, I almost like died. Well, I was actually like basically pronounced dead like a couple times when I was like a little kid and baby, like just because I would just like almost die all the time. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Me too. I have a giant ass scar right here. I was sitting on a balcony and I was really young. I mean, you barely see me now, but it goes all the way to my arm.
Oh wow.
And then there's another one right there. But so I was sitting on the balcony, and it's a 2-story balcony. And we were having a barbecue, and I had my food on my lap. I was a kid. My dad said I was only like 5. So I was just sitting there, and my dog ran up and jumped on me, and I fell backwards. I guess my arm caught on a nail. And I hit the ground. He said I was out.
Damn, that's crazy.
How deep was the cut?
So honestly, I don't remember it. I just remember one day I was playing with my brother Hayden. We were playing cards, and I looked down and I noticed there was a scar, and then that was like the first time I ever noticed it. And then I went up to my dad and I asked him, and I was like, "Hey, where did I get this scar from?" And then he's like, told me what happened. He's like, "Well, this is what happened. You fell down to the," and that was like. Said that it was like 1.5 years after it happened.
Yeah.
And you just didn't remember it?
Yeah. Said I was out. I was like unconscious.
Yeah.
And 2 stories down, a 5-year-old.
Oh, 2 stories down?
2 stories down.
Oh, jeez.
How high is your house?
It's like a 1.5 story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Because the basement level, like, the windows are like level with the floor. So we're like half a story up and then another story.
So the top of your house is 2 stories?
Not really, because the basement's like partially in the ground. You know, it's got a basically an upstairs and a basement, and the basement's like halfway in the ground.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like 1.5 up from the ground.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a fucking baby or a little kid, cause I have a weird little scar right here where they like took a chunk of my skin out just to do a bunch of tests on it. And, like, it was fucking weird, and they just took a big old chunk out. And then when I was like a little bit older, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And my mom told me, I was like, "Oh, that's weird." It says it's weird to find like weird shit out. And I was like, "Damn, I didn't remember that. Like, was I even like there? Was I even like? I don't know."
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like thinking back, my childhood is like crazy. Like not crazy in hectic way, but like crazy and like thinking of the memories. Like it's crazy to know that I was that small and like all that shit that I used to do, and then to now like there's some stuff I would never fucking do, but then there's some stuff like you can do it to this day.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy, like just thinking like where it all started from, you know.
Yeah.
Just going that far back and be like, damn, I was just an innocent little fucker. All of us probably said we'd never do drugs ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely felt that.
It smelled like smoking weed and
yeah, especially weed. I was hell against weed.
I was hella against drugs. Dude. One of my cousin, I found out he smoked weed when I was a kid, and I lived with him at this point when I was a little kid, you know. And I was like, I thought that he was like a drug addict, you know. I thought he might die, and it was like bad, dude.
Because he was smoking weed.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even start smoking weed until after the Marine Corps. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke weed.
Wow.
I was a goody good, and then as soon as I got out of the Marine Corps, did some crazy shit.
Some crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh yeah. That was fucking solid one.
Yeah.
Definitely a solid one. Fucking super high.
So this is the
17.
podcast number 17.
Did you put out that last one yet or no?
I haven't put up the past 2.
Okay.
So
well, just let me know when you do. So
yeah,
I can do that shit around.
I'll try to do tomorrow.
Okay. Cool. Dude, even like yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. Motherfucker.
Alright.
Do you guys put it on SoundCloud too?
No, dude, we have to start paying for SoundCloud.
Yeah, we're gonna though. We're gonna.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. It's
Should we start asking for donations?
Dude,
If you're down, but fucking, you know, like, nah, I don't feel like asking for donations. Dude.
how
Yeah,
much
my
is
mom
it?
will call me. She'd be like, "Oh, I heard you were like needing money for the podcast. I'll pay for it."
Oh my god. Like, Mom,
Mom,
you serious? Not you?
leave me alone. Not for my friends.
She just calls her friend to pretend she's a fan or something. Oh shit.
My back is killing me.
Oh yeah.
Well, fuck.
Well shit. Peace out, guys.
See you guys next week.
Adios.
That was fun.